Hey, everyone knows that flying to Europe and economy is tough. The seats are tight, the food's not that good, and you might be considering maybe going business or premium economy.
So tomorrow, we're going to fly business going to Rome, and coming back, we're taking premium economy. And we're going to compare the two. I know what I want.
That's right. Well, the problem is, business can cost like $7,000 a ticket round trip, and premium economy can be like $3,000. That's a lot of money. Is it worth spending that kind of money? Well, come along and we're going to show you what you get.
Business class?
Premium economy.
How does that even compare? Well, we are going to find out today.
Okay, so the adventure begins. We're in Terminal A in Philadelphia. There's the bell right behind us. And we're flying business on American from Philadelphia to Rome. And because we're flying business, we're allowed to use their lounge. And they have a brand new Flagship lounge here in Terminal A. And we're going to go up there and try to get in. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First time we've ever been in a lounge, believe it or not. So supposedly there are two American lounges here in Terminal A, International Terminal, Terminal A Admiral's Lounge and the Flagship Lounge, and they're right next to each other. Apparently you go up the escalators and you'll be there.
It's located between gate 15 and 16. Let's go.
As Sue said, right between gates 15 and 16 in the International Terminal A of Philadelphia, take the escalator up, and you'll find that on the left is the new Flagship Lounge, and on the right is the Admiral Club. Since the Flagship Lounge is supposedly the best, we went there and we were greeted with champagne. And everything you see is complimentary. They had drinks, coffees, a nice buffet, a bar, and even an area where you could sit down and order items off of a menu. And we had access to this lounge only because we're flying business to Europe. Hey, that was a great lounge.
It was incredible. I want to go back already. And you don't get that in premium economy.
That's right. Well, it's time to board, and we're taking business, as I said. Let's see how the experience is. Now, one big benefit of business is that you get to board first. And as you can see, Sue was loving it. Your seat is a private cubicle with lay-down seats. But there was one thing that I didn't like right at the start. Now, the only thing I don't like is there's no place to store your backpack. Can't fit under that little spot there, and I really don't want to put it above because we have our passports and chargers and everything like that in there. Okay, so they just announced that if you're in business class, you have to store your backpacks or your bags above, which means all your personal papers are not going to be with you. And the layout's kind of weird. We have my seat, which faces forward, while Sue's seat faces back. And what does the amenities kit look like?
So we got headphones, and we got an amenity kit. Let's see what's in here.
And those are noise canceling headphones. You don't need to keep those.
Socks, blue socks, lotions, eye patch, and a really nice case to hold everything in. Dental kit and earplugs.
And what's in this big bag?
Oh, this is pillow and blanket.
Okay, pillow and blanket. So I'll be curious to see when we do premium economy how their amenity kit looks like. I bet it's not much different, but we'll have to see. And Sue forgot to mention that they do give you slippers. And as I was trying to put my backpack under here, I saw that the part of the plane here is breaking off.
Yikes.
Okay, here's how the screen goes. Push the button. So we settled into our cubicles for our 8-hour flight. And what I didn't really like is because we had window seats, Sue was behind me and we couldn't really interact during the flight. Now here's something neat. This is a 787 and there's no window shades, but you push a button and that darkens the mirrors automatically, the windows automatically. So you can see how that just darkened up. So it looks like you can control the seats from this little screen, and these seats do go completely flat for trying to get some rest, or recline, slightly recline, and of course upright when you're taking off. And of course, this is the typical night flight. We're leaving Philadelphia around 7:30 p.m. and we arrive in Rome about 9 a.m. Let's see if we can get any sleep. Okay, so they do give you hot towels as soon as you take off. Now, Sue said she doesn't like how the fact that her seat is facing backwards because somebody is staring at her. Shortly after takeoff, we were given nuts and drinks, followed by our appetizer, which was shrimp, salad, and a roll, and it was delicious. And of course, everything is served with real china, silverware, and a cloth napkin. This was followed by my main meal, beef Wellington, which I chose online before the flight. Then they offered dessert, and Sue went with the very tasty ice cream sundae. Then they dimmed the lights for several hours so that everyone can get some sleep. I had my seat in the recline position and I was quite comfortable and did get a little shut-eye. Sue had her seat in the lie flat position but said she really didn't sleep that well. About an hour and a half before landing, they served a hot breakfast and it was quite delicious. Okay, so that's our experience with business. Next up, we're going to show you premium economy. We landed in Rome right on time. And a separate video will show you what happens when you go through immigration. But for now, let's show you premium economy. Buongiorno. Well, our time in Italy is up and it's time to head back. But going back, we're going to be taking premium economy so we can compare it to our trip coming here in business. Which will be better? Is premium economy the better value? Well, we're about to find out. And just like our flight getting here, we'll be on American Airlines, a 787. Now, in boarding in premium economy, you'll be in group number 4, which is still before most of the other passengers. You don't have individual cubicles, but you do have seats that are fairly wide and much more comfortable than those in economy. And the good thing is you can sit next to your travel companion. Now, these seats don't go completely flat, but they do recline and they give you a footrest. And they're very similar to the seats that you'll have on business when you fly domestic on American in the US. And they do give you an amenities kit, which is very similar to the kit that we had up in business, although the pouch that the stuff comes in is not quite as nice.
And brush your teeth. Dental kit.
Oh, dental kit. That's good. And what about the blanket? Is there a blanket? Now, the one in business was like a quilted blanket. Here you get some kind of pillow. And what kind of blanket is it?
It's like the gray one.
So it's thinner, but at least it's a blanket, so you can try to doze off. And you got those earphones. Now, they're not noise canceling, but they are earphones to listen to your screen. And they will muffle out the sounds. And when you're in premium economy, you can see it's not that big of an area. It's from there to there. Oh yeah, there's a footrest too. And these seats do recline. We'll do that during the flight. But you can see you're right over the wing. And they say that when you're over the wing, there's less turbulence. So maybe that will be good. Premium economy might be less bumpy than when you're in the front or the back of the plane. So the boarding process at Venice Airport was excellent. They actually had 2 lines going onto the plane. So things were very orderly. They went in order of your group number. And the waiting area was plenty of space. We're at C30. Plenty of space, a bathroom right there. So great waiting room, good job, American. And the controls for your seat are right here to recline the seat. It doesn't go flat, but it does go back. And your tray table's inside the armrest. Now, what I do like is the fact that we're actually next to each other. What I didn't like about business, it pretty much felt like I was flying all alone the entire time. But here it's nice. So they have 2 seats on both sides of premium economy by the window, and then looks like 3 seats in the middle. And as I said, 2 seats here, so it's kind of private. We can talk, because in business it felt like it was kind of like closed off from everybody else. which I didn't like. And there was plenty of overhead space, and you could store your personal bag under the seat in front of you. So to control your screen, there's a control here for your screen, but I think you can also control it up there, and you plug in your headphones right over there. And there was plenty of leg room, much more generous than you ever find in economy, and there was good space between the seats. We pushed back from the gate from Venice Airport to Philadelphia 10 minutes early. Right after we took off, we had a good view of the area around Venice. And as you can see, it's really just a bunch of little islands, mainly of marsh. And if you didn't know, Venice was actually built on a marsh by driving wood stakes, logs into the ground, into the marsh, covering it with stone, and then building the city on top of that. Of note, on both of our flights, Wi-Fi was free. Shortly after takeoff, we were given a bottle of water and some pretzels. And as we flew over the Dolomites, which are the Italian Alps, when we reached cruising altitude, lunch was served. I had the pasta and Sue had the chicken. And just like in business, the food was served with real silverware, ceramic plates, and cloth napkins. Pasta's hot too. It's nice to give you salad, tiramisu, a roll, and balsamic for your salad. And drinks were on the house. Okay, so much to our surprise, at the premium economy you get beer, wine, but also spirits. And that's included, no extra charge. And after lunch, they offered a second round of drinks. Then they dimmed the cabin lights so people could get some rest. Now the good news is there are 2 dedicated restrooms just for people in premium economy. And they were a pretty good size. Now, mid-flight, they came around and offered everybody some ice cream. And much to our surprise, about an hour and a half before landing in Philadelphia, they offered everybody a second meal, and I went with the chicken pot pie.
So the question is, which is better, business or premium economy?
Well, I'll tell you, both were pretty good, and both were much better than standard economy, I can tell you that. Now, if you have to have a little cubicle, you like a quilted blanket, you want to be kind of isolated and maybe have a little better food, then go and lie down beds, then go with business.
And don't forget the lounge.
Oh, yeah, and you have access to the lounge when you go business. That was nice.
That was major.
For you like that. But coming back yesterday on premium economy wasn't that bad. The seats were comfortable. The food I thought was about the same as in business, to be honest with you. They even gave us 2 meals, a meal when we took off and a meal before we landed, which I thought was nice. And I was comfortable. Yeah, the seats don't lay flat, but they recline, and they do give you a blanket, and the amenities kits were otherwise seem to be about the same between business and premium economy. So I'm not sure if the extra expensive business is worth it. What do you think?
I like business. I like, especially if it's international and you can go in the lounge, that's a major, plus for me.
Yeah.
And, the seats was very comfortable. And especially if you're going at night and you want to close your eyes, when we came back yesterday, it was during the day. You don't really need to sleep. You're resting. So, doing premium economy on the way back was okay with me. You got the food and all that.
Yeah.
And you don't have access to the lounge when it's not international. So, but definitely going. I'm for business.
Well, that's the thing. If you're flying from the U.S. to Europe, you're going to fly at night, so it's nice to have the more comfortable seats and lay down bed. Coming back from Europe to the U.S., you fly during the day. So premium economy was actually fine, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
right?
It was comfortable, and we were in a 2-seater. So it was great. We didn't have anyone in our aisle, and we could get up when we want, and, it was great.
Yeah, so business is very expensive. So the sweet spot is premium economy. I would try to get that if you can, at least over economy, because economy is super uncomfortable. But I think next time we'll probably just go with premium economy because of the cost of business. So anything else to add?
I think I
That's
said it all.
All right. So until next time, safe travels.